So today I'm going to be answering the question of whether our thoughts really affect our manifestations that much. Is exactly what we think actually going to manifest into our physical reality, or is it more about the feeling behind those thoughts that matters? If you want to find out, then keep watching. If you are new here, my name is Hetty, and on this channel we discuss all things positive, high vibe, and how to use the law of attraction to manifest the life of your dreams. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications so you don't miss any more wonderful positive content like this. Now I'm going to get straight into today's video. So this is something I've been thinking about quite a lot. Now, with the law of attraction, we all learn that our thoughts, what we think, is what we create and what we see around us in our physical reality. So that is the very basics of the law of attraction. All of our thoughts create what we see, create every experience that we run into, and yeah, exactly how we experience this physical life that we live. But how important are those thoughts exactly? Does that mean that every single thought that we have will manifest into something? Do we need to worry about the details of those thoughts? Do we need to police our thoughts just to make sure that anything we don't want coming through into our physical reality isn't going to appear because we've had a thought about it? I am here to tell you the truth, to break it down for you in a nice, easy way to understand, and so that you can stop worrying about what you are thinking so much. So we actually have, I think it's around 60 to 80,000 thoughts every single day. So you can imagine how many thoughts we are actually having. Majority of those thoughts we don't remember. A lot of them are automatic. A lot of them are just sort of repeats from everything that we've been thinking in previous days. And a very few of those might be a new thought that you haven't really thought before. So it can actually seem like an impossible task to police every single one of those thoughts that come into our head, because a lot of our thinking that we do is just automatic. So how do we actually control it? If that's what influences our manifestations and what we think is what we create, then how do we actually control that and start creating what we actually want into our reality and start living the lives that we dream of and manifest everything that we want? The actual truth about the law of attraction is that yes, our thoughts are an influence on what is created around us in our physical reality and the manifestations that we want to experience. But the most important and key part to manifestations is the emotions and feelings behind those thoughts. So our emotions and feelings are what actually influence our experience in the most part. So I like to break it down like this. Our thoughts are what we experience, so the details behind what we experience. So what we expect is what comes in our thoughts, and so if we are wanting a car or a new job, then those types of things are what we experience. But our feelings, our emotions that underlie those thoughts are the how and the when as to when they come about. So they are how we experience those thoughts. So I will give you an example. You might be wanting a new car, and that is what you're thinking about. You're thinking about a new car, so you're imagining different details, what the car would look like, how much it would cost, all of these things that could manifest into your physical reality. Now, how and when they actually manifest is all down to the emotion and the feeling that you are feeling at the time of those thoughts. So you could be feeling and thinking very happy and positive and excited and allowing and just happy with whatever kind of car manifests. And so the car you've been thinking of, the details about that car will manifest then into your reality because you allow that in. But if at the time we are thinking of that car and what we want, we are feeling in a very lack and desperate mindset, we're feeling anxious or sad or fearful that we won't get that car that we want to manifest, our experience of how and when that car for us will manifest will be totally different. So we might not get the car that we want to actually manifest. It might be a car that you didn't really want, but it's still a new car. It all depends on the level of feeling that you are feeling. So it is all about the underlying feeling and emotion that you have at the time of that thought. Now, the thoughts that we have access to are directly in correlation with our feelings in that current moment. So our thoughts are categorized by our emotions. So we only have access to the thoughts that correlate with the emotions that we're feeling. So if we're feeling happy, then we only have access in that moment to happy thoughts. If we're feeling sad, in that moment we only have access to sad thoughts. So you can see why it is all about the underlying emotion and feeling that we are feeling at the time of those thoughts that will actually then influence our manifestations coming into our reality. So if you have been having thoughts that are maybe confused and unclear, then that will indicate to you that that is how you are feeling, and that then is what is going to manifest into your reality. So the thoughts can give us an indication as to how we are feeling. Sometimes it can be difficult to pinpoint exactly how we are feeling, so we can look at our thoughts to allow us some guidance and clarity, because like I've just said, our thoughts can only be accessed from the feeling that we are feeling at that moment. So if we are having happy and fun thoughts, then we know that that is the general underlying emotion that we are feeling in that time. So my advice to you, if you are trying to manifest something and you are thinking too much about the detail and you are really trying your hardest, your thoughts, you are thinking about it, what the law of attraction has always said is to think about it all the time, have nothing but that thought, obsess over it, pursue it, don't let anything get in your way, just think about that thought. If you are thinking about that dream car or that dream job or dream relationship, whatever it is, or earning X amount of money, and you are thinking about it consistently, but either nothing is manifesting or a very mixed manifestation is coming about, so it is not in the way that you want it to come about at all, but it is coming around, then you need to check the emotion and what types of thoughts you are having around that, that you can then start to rewire your brain and your thoughts and your feelings and emotions to start manifesting what you want. So our thoughts do affect our manifestations. Like I said, I see them as the what, as the details. If I want to be specific about something, then I will think more in that specific way. If I'm not too bothered, I just have a general thought of, oh, I want a new car. And that is the what. That is what you're asking for, essentially. And the emotions are the how and the when that comes around. So if you aren't seeing results, then check how you are actually feeling at the time you are having those thoughts. And when you can get yourself to a higher vibrational frequency of better feeling emotions, you will have access to these higher vibrational thoughts. That's where a lot of inspiration comes from. That's where new ideas and new thoughts come from, when you are not on this automatic cycle of recycling the same thoughts that you have had for the past however many days or however long you have in your life. So to actually do that, to raise your vibration, you can surround yourself with anything that will make you feel good, happy. It could be listening to your favorite music, it could be walking the dog, it could be going out in nature, it could be eating your favorite food. Whatever it is, if you have not seen results in your manifestation as of yet, then stop trying to consistently think about it. Stop trying to think too much about the details of that manifestation. If you're not feeling good and at high vibration, then it won't manifest in the way that you want, regardless of how much you think of it and how much detail and energy you then pour into it. You need to underpin the foundations of your emotions before you even begin and go down the process of thinking about the details of what it is that you want to manifest. So do whatever it is that will put you in a high vibration. I sometimes will have a bath and have a pamper evening, put a face mask on, read a book. I'll watch my favorite TV show that will make me laugh. I will spend time with my family and play a really funny game, and that'll raise my vibration. I'll sit with the cats, I'll sit with the pets and stroke them even for like a few minutes. That can raise your vibration. So whatever it is, no matter how small it is, before you start on the path to manifesting what you want, always get yourself in a emotional state of a higher vibrational frequency, because that is the underlying foundation and the key thing that you need to know when you're trying to manifest anything at all. Before you do any scripting, journaling, affirmations, get yourself in a high vibrational frequency first before you think too much about it, because the more thoughts we have, the stronger that emotion is then connected with that thought. And then so if we start thinking a thought about a manifestation and we aren't feeling in a great emotional place when we start that, the more thoughts we have, the more that thought will then connect you with that potentially negative emotion. So further down the line, it's a lot harder for you to actually pull that thought away from that emotion and start attaching a happier emotion to that thought instead, and then actually manifest what you want. So before you do any of the work with the manifestation, I've said this 1,000 times, do the underlying work of getting yourself into a good feeling place at higher vibrational frequency, and everything you then want, you will have access to those higher vibrational thoughts, that inspiration, the ideas, the inspiration that tells you to turn left in the car when you usually turn right on your way home and take a little bit more of a scenic route, or to go to the shop, or to pick up your phone, or to go over to that person in the store and say hello and introduce yourself. Whatever it is, that is when you start getting these thoughts that are higher vibrations and you start manifesting what you want, and it all comes about in the most wonderful and magical ways. So I've been waving my arms a lot on this video. I'm very expressive when I talk. I hope you have enjoyed this video. I hope you have found it useful. If you have, then give me a like just to let me know you enjoy my content and to support us on our growth on this channel here. And until next time, keep spreading the positive vibes and love, and I will see you soon. Mwah!